Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this, your Aries January 2024 reading and forecast. Hi, I'm Nigel Saint James, clairvoyant. Now, we have a very interesting deck of cards. At the moment, my daughter found these in a flea market, just tied up with string, with no box or papers or anything with them, so I don't know what it is, but I've looked through the imagery and there's plenty here for us to get our teeth into and to have a fantastic reading, which is great for you in January of 2024. Aries. Now, I've done a number of one-on-one clairvoyant readings for people from different parts of the world over the course of the last month. I've also done a number of healings as well. Now, clairvoyant readings I charge for, and healings are a spiritual duty which I do not charge for. They are free without any obligation and nothing will be sold or recommended to you. It's a spiritual duty that I have to do them. So if you want a healing, reach out and I'll be delighted to fit it into my schedule. Now let's see what there is in store for you. By the way, details of both of those things, of course, can be found in the description below. Now let's get your cards for you now and show me the magic. See what there is first. The Two of Pentacles, the Chariot. Let's see what this is. The Sun. The Sun is exalted in your sign, of course. Fantastic for you. And let's have a look-see here. We only need 5 cards. Great to see the subscribers again. Thank you for inviting me into your home each month. I really enjoy your company. It's a pleasure to see you. Now let's see what there is here. Now, that was the Three of Cups, incidentally. And here, finally, there is Arcana 21, the World. Well, why don't you and I now come sit down here next to me? You and I will have a good close look at the imagery on these cards together while I do the reading for you. Do you see a lot of esoteric symbolism in these cards? And so I might touch on some of them and point them out. You, of course, are free to see what you see as well. I'll look at the symbolism, then I'll look at the astrology, and then we'll see what's going on with each of them here for you. Now here we see what looks to me like this is taking on the infinity symbol, these two things coming together here. You see how they make a figure 8? Well, that is breaking the barrier of the subconscious and the conscious realms. Now, the energies of these two realms meet and merge and expand through this doorway that's there for each of them. Now, this is the Two of Pentacles, so the two pentacles on either end of this infinity symbol, they represent the polarities that need constant balancing. This undulating middle ground that's here that looks like waves, it represents those opposites that need constant balancing and symbolizes the ups and downs of emotions and your intellect. And this infinity symbol, of course, represents the cosmic idea of as above, so below, and the creative energies of opposites moving and achieving eternal balance. Now, this center point here really does represent the balance for you at this time of those opposites and polarities. Now, the astrology that I have here is actually quite interesting where the card is placed, because I have Jupiter ruling the first decan of Capricorn, 23rd of December to the 2nd of January. Jupiter, of course, is the great benefic. It brings good luck, it brings expansion, and it can attract to you love as well. It is the thing which enables you to seek your inner wisdom and to obtain an ethical balance here. There is change about, transformation. This actually is the Lord of harmonious change. Change is always necessary. When the old falls out of balance, change shakes you up and wakes you up. And this violet color that I see here, this shows that New energies will be drawn from this transformation. I see transformation coming around generally for you in this month. Now, the only permanent thing is impermanence. The only certain thing in life is uncertainty. So this is talking about movement for you. Some changes, a few ups and downs, but growth through change. I think you'll be really quite busy during this thing and sorting out a number of things at the same time, but of course you'll be enjoying your work, and that's a welcome change, isn't it? This is saying that you are going to be moving into a better phase of your life. You have to learn to grow in the flow of your life and trust in the process of change so that you can find harmony and balance. Now, I don't think that there's anything financially or materially set in concrete at the moment, but this does remind you on one view to make sure that your day-to-day affairs are in order. Now, I know it might seem like a bit of a drag, but getting on top of bills and what have you is necessary. Now, do you know that your life is subject to a constant change, which allows you to grow, extending and expanding you, and ultimately enriching you? So give yourself up to this transformation with trust. Now, what internal or external changes are going on in your life at the moment? Where are you still clinging? Say this to yourself: I trust in the harmony of my life and in the flow of my life, because every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. Now, what is on that top horizontal line? And let's have a look at it, shall we? The Chariot. Let's have a look here, Chariot. Let's see what you have to say to my friend. A lot of symbology in this as well. I won't touch on all of it because we'll run out of time, but I'll touch on what I see as some of the more interesting aspects of it here. First of all, I'm struck by these 4 staffs, these 4 spears or columns that are going up. They represent that the elements of earth, fire, air, and water are in balance for you. Now, at the top of each of these poles is an 8-pointed star, which, as we say, represents as above, so below. Now, this charioteer is wearing a crown, and I notice that has an 8-pointed star on it as well. That is the crown of divine guidance. And the 2 5-pointed stars representing the pentagram, the evolving human intelligence. In a sense, this is your spirit descending into matter. The chariot is the vehicle through which you go through matter. Now, he has a wreath. You might make out this green wreath around here. Well, quite clearly that stands for victory, in my estimation. So this is a time when you will be overcoming things. And these crescent moons on his shoulders that you see there, they symbolize the cycles of life's up and downs, and it's not surprising given that we had that card just before it. Now, I'm noticing this square that's on there. You may not see it, but there's a T cross, known as a Tau cross. That's a line with a horizontal at the end of it. Now, that has the energy of Saturn associated there, and that's moving up into this sun with the heart in the middle of it. Well, this Saturn energy will give you the ability to create form and order in your life, and signifies that form and order directed to your work environment is going to pay plenty of returns to you. Now, I think there's a black and a white triangle on the charioteer's belt that are there. They're really, one pointing up, of course, is fire, and one pointing down is water, and with the 8-pointed star in the middle. Now, on the face here is the yin and the yang symbol, signifying the union of heaven and earth, of the feminine and masculine forces. And this great star which is bursting away here, that is a representation to you of eternal life. Now these two horses, there's one white, one dark. They're going in different directions. The white represents your spiritual nature. The dark represents your material or human nature. And they're bound together, as I see it, by a sort of a glyph for Cancer. And that's not surprising, because with this moon here, the moon, of course, is the ruler of the sign of Cancer. And the object of the chariot here is to keep these two things, the spiritual and the material, in balance. And floating around everywhere are insignia of the planets and of the signs of the zodiac. And these other stars up here, they show to you the unlimited opportunities which are in store for you now. Now, this is definitely speaking to me, for you, of victory over adversity. I think you've come through something of a difficult period, but now you are overcoming things. This is also about having the courage to act. The courage to act is good. It's all very good to have the intention to act, but unless you also have that internal impetus to do so, then nothing happens. There are previous negative patterns here which you are having a success over, and I think there might be something of a focus on self-discipline for you. Definitely, you are moving towards higher goals, but remain centered, and because there's this Cancer energy around here with that shell-like crab thing, remain protective of yourself. This is a new beginning, a change for the good. This is a triumph in the face of adversity and overcoming problems. And you'll be achieving success with what I think is little or no support from anywhere else. You might also find that you are coming to the aid of someone else. This oncoming change, following on from this card here, promises to lead to a positive phase in your life. Ready yourself, put your affairs in order, and examine all the possibilities before you. You are going to leave a lot behind. Now, what areas of your life will be changing? Are you ready to ring out the old and ring in the new? This is the time to do it. Seek or create for yourself a loving, secure environment. There you can plan the change or journey. I think your body might also need some attention and activity now. Say this to yourself: I motivate others positively. I am responsible for what I cause. I accomplish things well and with ease. I am putting my life in order and preparing for the new beginning. Now, let's see and look what you have here in the center. And this is flowing into every area of your life at the moment. Nothing other than the energy of the sun is here for you. Well, the sun represents the divine light of the creator, of being itself. It is the life force that feeds your body and your soul. Now, this thing here is like a sort of a mandala that Tibetan Buddhists use, and other people do, to focus their concentration when meditating, I guess. And at the center is the yin and the yang symbol, which we have seen before, as well as this great heart here. Now, I do think there's a possibility here for romance and for the deepening of an existing relationship, I've got to say. Now, the sunflowers express how you thrive in joy and happiness when the sun is shining its life force upon them and upon you. Now, there is a butterfly here, which is speaking of great transformation. Normally in the Sun card you see a couple of children. Here we see one child, and so there is a great unification here. And there's a number of butterflies which are flowing up to the top there. They really do show the emergence of this transformation that's going on here. Now, this Sun child, I think, that I'm looking at here again, I think that symbolizes your inner child, free to express yourself in the light of the sun. Its arms open up to embrace all the joys around it. And I think that this child is also the symbol of regeneration and blending the conscious and unconscious. These butterflies going up here, they do attract my attention. They represent happiness, a happiness that's almost transcendent, that goes beyond everyday life. They really are the seeds of new creations taking flight. Now, the astrology of this card, of course, well, basically it is, as you would expect, the sun. Well, the sun is the source of life, and it represents success and abundance. And this is going to follow you in your life at this time. This energy is going to get you through any tough times. The sun will illuminate your path after backing up this chariot, after what has been something of a trying time, I think. It's saying to you, embrace your goals and give it everything that you've got. And if you have had tough times, then this is a turning point. Things are going to be better. There's an awareness about you now, fulfilled love relationships, a wisdom. This is a definite yes. You're going to hear of marriage, I think. Certainly it's a time of good fortune, combined and touching as it does here with this card, which had the energy of Jupiter in Capricorn with it. It's a time of optimism and happiness for you. You know, the fulfillment of your wishes is possible here and now. So relax and give yourself up to the dance. The right partners are going to find each other on the dance floor. Now, what task or project is on the agenda for you now? Visualize the light and the warmth of the sun in your chest and heart. And for the next few days, remind yourself several times daily that the sun is shining in and through you. And say this to yourself: I work well in teamwork situations. I enjoy making contributions towards group efforts. I am a cooperative person. I am in harmony with the divine light which fills me and guides me. Now, this sunflower theme seems to be reproduced in this image here. And let me just consider what this might mean for you. Well, first of all, we have 1, 2, and here 3. See the ponytail on the back of her head? We have 3 young women that toast their golden chalices in celebration of what I imagine is a successful harvest. They are, I think, associated with the 3 graces of beauty, happiness, and festivity. Now at the bottom here, 1, 2, 3, we see 3 cycles of the moon: waxing, which is growth, of course; full, which is the harvest; and waning, which is completion, reminding you of the ever-changing tides of life. Now the sunflowers here, I think, do symbolize joy and abundance. And what are these things? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 little hummingbirds. I think that they represent the open chakras, flowing gracefully with harmony through you. And up here, 1, 2, 3, that's a sign of the triple goddess, which represents the spiraling cycles of eternal life. Now, interestingly, I also get Cancer around this card as well. This time I have Mercury in the second decan of Cancer, that 2nd of July to the 11th of July. Well, of course, Cancer is the most maternal of the signs. It's almost like a womb, I think, in which a fertilized seed can grow. And Cancer people generally communicate with feelings that are sensitive and thoughtful, really, aren't they? Well, Mercury coming into Cancer. Mercury is about your ability to think and to express and to work things out. And you will be able to express your feelings with people, particularly people who are close to you, which enrich your life. There's an overflowing exchange of love here, rare, valuable feelings and perception, which can be now communicated very intimately with people here. Now, the love that's represented here is of the highest order, and it's available to be shared with only a small circle of people, I think. Now, these 3 chalices, I think, they could well stand for 3 important people in your life with whom you can exchange these precious and exquisite feelings of love with great intimacy. Now, such relationships, of course, are a rare gift. Care for them with respect and gratitude. You now have something especially valuable to share, so be open for the people with whom you can share these exquisite feelings. They are also a gift. You don't need to look for them. I also see here in this energy, combined with these other cards around here, the birth of an idea or a goal, maybe even hearing about the birth of a child. You should be sharing your success with others, and life feels good at the moment. And as I say, it is a good time to tell other people that you love them. It's also a good time to boost the morale of other people and to say a kind word to such people to whom kind words are very rarely ever shared. And you'll understand what I mean by that. Enjoy your riches at the moment, but be aware of their limitations and see them for what they are. Are there any people towards whom you have not yet outwardly expressed the love that you feel for them? Give whatever you would like to now, in full awareness of your boundless richness. And say this to yourself, because it is so true for you this month. Today, life gives me everything I need to be happy. Then finally, we should move along a bit quickly on this one here, because I'm aware of your time. Let's have a look here. And some of the imagery that's coming here, around here. First of all, we see a big tree, don't we? And this tree is going around this woman who is cradling gently the earth, and with her, now there is its eye and its beak, and it is a dove, peace, the divine coming into your life. Around this tree there are, well, I won't count them now, but I imagine they signify the major arcana cards. Now these turtles spend most of their life in the ocean, in the sea, don't they? But then they come to earth to lay their eggs. They come to the beach to lay their eggs. And that is, in a sense, what you are doing. You have come to earth to learn, to lay your eggs. And these butterflies that are here, together with this nest that's here, with this white lotus, speak to me of the tremendous growth and transformation that you are going through in your spiritual life, not just now, but in general. And this lighter colored circle here speaks to me of this cosmic energy that's circling around you. Now, because of where it's placed, underneath the Chariot and across this Three of Cups, I think this is speaking to me of completion. There are things that you are completing. Now, there may well be some travel here. There's a sense of burning off of karma and liberation from bondage is what I'm getting here. I think that you're going through the process of seeing yourself and the world as it really is, and all garments and masks have become sort of superfluous and useless because you're becoming one with your original nature. You are, in a sense, sitting surrounded by this perpetual dancing motion of the universe. Now, there is a completion of a project here. Your efforts, I think, are finally paying off. It has been something of a long, hard haul, but you're almost there. Now, this is a reminder for you to finish what you have started. I think you are also learning to take control of your own destiny. Remember, no one gives you anything in life. You need to assess what you want and then get a plan to go and take it. And you'll be using the power of your will to get results. It really will be something of an initiator as well at the same time. You'll be very gifted at finishing things off and starting new things at the same time. And you'll be able to bring change into structured environments. Now, you may have a desire to experience as much of the world and its people as is possible. And I think that you are becoming more resolute in what you want. You see, I think it's now possible for you to see things as they really are. The stage is set for a new beginning or a favorable conclusion. The events in your life are in harmony with the universe. Now, from what aspects of your life is it time to free yourself? Is there a journey or a project waiting for you to set in motion? Trust your perceptions and make a list of all unfinished situations whose tying off would give you a sense of relief, and say, I love to travel. I love to explore the unknown. I am excited about bringing ideas and creative projects into form. I am at one with the universe. Gee, I said that was an interesting deck, didn't I? And what a fantastic set of imagery it was. What a good month it's going to be for you, I think, and don't you deserve it? Truly you do. Fantastic. Well, unless I see you privately beforehand, then I look forward to seeing you again next month. And until then, remember one thing, and it is this, that you are a legend. And I look forward to seeing you again next month. And until then, it's bye for now.